Welcome back to the Transfer Show. Things already heating up on day one of this mini transfer window. Let's talk Arsenal now and the search for a striker. Will Arsenal fans get their wish to bring in a striker? So, Carve, will Arsenal fans get their wish to bring in a striker?
I think they will get their wish, but I think we just need to relax. Let's not get carried away. The transfer window only opened today. As far as I can tell, Arsenal don't have a game coming up soon. They're probably not going to have a competitive game until the Premier League starts in, 2 months' time or something? 6, 7, 8 weeks' time. So there's still a lot of time to go, and the transfer window's open for another, 90 days. They will sign a striker. Now, they're being very clever because they don't want people like you, me and Mark to be reporting about the fact that they've got a number one target. They want people to still be guessing and clubs who are trying to sell strikers to not be quite sure of what Arsenal want to do. They want selling clubs to think that Arsenal have got lots of options because it will suit them when it comes to doing a deal. They'll be able to do a better deal. Having said that, we know who their main targets are. Viktor Gyokeres at Sporting, Benjamin SeSko at Leipzig. Another striker who is reportedly their number one target. I don't want to name him because I don't want to get in trouble with the supporters of his club. But they will definitely sign a striker, and I just think we just need to calm down, wait, trust Mikel Arteta, trust Andrea Berta, and trust Arsenal.
What clubs will do in this period of time, and they've been doing it for weeks and months already, is they'll be building profiles of the players they like. They will have negotiations with the agents of those respective players. How much is it going to cost? How much does he want? How long's the deal? What's the agency fee? What are the other add-ons that are needed? And then they will have everything on the table and go, right, what's the order? And often you might find that the manager will say, actually, that player is the one that suits me. And the sporting director might say, well, actually, that one suits the club because that works for us. And they have to get on the same page. Now, two of the players that Carve mentioned there, Benjamin SeSko, he's been in the Red Bull group for a number of years there. He had a solid season last season and is obviously gone from Salzburg to Leipzig. That's what Red Bull like to do. They like to develop players within their model, within their system, and then eventually sell them on for a huge profit. He's someone that had 18 goals and assists in the league, someone that's only 22 years old, and I think that could play a key role in Arsenal's decision. He's a young player with so many more levels to the game. And when you look at these stats here, most goals scored by players 21 or under in Europe's top 5 leagues last season, Benjamin SeSko was at the top of that list for Leipzig with 13 goals. So there, you've got a player that's hugely talented. He was spoken about not many windows ago being linked to Real Madrid, someone that is looked upon as someone that potentially could be a top player in Europe. And you look at the age, 22 years old, that would tick the boxes for what Arsenal have done in terms of the profile of player they've been looking at over the last few years. Viktor Gyokeres, again, slightly different because he's 27 in a few days' time. So the sell-on value might be a lot less and it might be financially a bigger package. But he is a goal machine. 46 goals and assists in the league last season in Portugal is just astonishing. You can see the goals scored, 39, which is obviously the best in the division. Direct goal involvements, 46. He's also scored...
in the top 10 European leagues, actually, not just the Portuguese league.
Yeah. And
he won the double.
Yeah, fantastic season. I've got a soft spot as well for him. I was trying to convince clubs to sign him when he was at Coventry. I watched him as a youngster at Brighton go out on loan. I think he's top class. I really like him. I'd love to see him in the Premier League because I think he'll physically destroy defenders because that's the type of player he is. But that age, 27 in a few days, that might be where teams go, we spend a lot of money on him. Can we recoup any of that back? I don't know. But then, of course, it's not just 2 on the list at Arsenal. There'll be other players there. But those are 2 prominent ones to keep an eye on.
Yeah, there certainly will be a few players on the list for Arsenal and Mikel Arteta, but he has said that firepower and more goals is what he's looking for next season.
What is clear as well with the amount of injuries that we had in the front line that that we need to go threat. We need the firepower out there. Understanding that the context can change tomorrow, and we cannot rely just in the numbers that we had before. And we have to add goal, we have to add creativity, we have to add numbers, and that will be in different positions.
Yes, so those are thoughts of the Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta on a potential striker deal in this summer's transfer window. But it's another position, what looks much closer in recruitment-wise for Arsenal so far. Who are they about to sign, Carver?
Martin Zubimendi. Brilliant young Real Sociedad midfielder, almost moved to Liverpool last summer. I think he's chosen Arsenal. He's got a lot of clubs he could pick about his next destination, but I think he will almost certainly become an Arsenal player pretty soon this summer, and he's a fantastic player. Anybody who saw him in the Euros final last summer, coming on for Rodri in the final against England, will have sat up and noticed about how good a player he is, and I think he's going to develop a really strong bond with Mikel Arteta. Just getting back to the striker position, because I know Arsenal fans are talking a lot about SeSko and Gyokeres, and Mark there's done some scouting on Gyokeres because he watches a lot of football, working on Soccer Saturday at games. I was actually, I can give you a little scouting report on Benjamin SeSko because I have seen him play. Last summer I was at the Euros when he was playing for Slovenia against England about a year ago. The game was 0-0. I was obviously there to report on England, so I was focusing on England, but SeSko was on the team sheet. Everyone there, the English media, were like, let's watch this guy. He could be coming to Arsenal, he could be coming to the Premier League. He didn't do very much, I have to be honest with you, but I don't think that's his fault because Slovenia were basically defending for 95 minutes. So it was very difficult for me to tell you or Mark how good a player he is, but maybe I need to watch some more Slovenia games.
Yeah, really promising scouting report there from
Can I?
Carve's on the
I'll get my coat.
Can I just say one break? Can I just say one thing very quickly? The first time for over 14, 15 years, an Arsenal striker has not gone into double figures for a league season. That's how important it is to get a striker, and that's why Arsenal fans are saying, we need a striker.
OK, they need a striker. Well, we're talking Chelsea.
Casi a producto nuevo por semana, producto bonito que, por supuesto, pues siempre invitamos a la gente a que consuma. Si queréis encontrarlo en kingsleague.pro, pues ahí tenéis las nuevas chaquetas training y también esas camisetas especiales con detalles dorados que llevan todos los equipos.
Oye, ustedes tendrán más memoria que yo, pero ¿cuánto quedaron la última vez que se enfrentaron ellos?
3-4 ganó 1K.
3-4.
En el histórico de estos dos equipos, el que gane desempata, porque han ganado 2. El X Buyer Team ha ganado 2. 1.
Becker se lleva el rebote. Becker para marcar. Becker. El rechazo de Arnaldo. ¡Gol!
¡Vamos! ¡Vamos!
¡Gol!
¡Vamos, Pablo! ¡Qué suerte!
Mascarra en el Cooper Arena. ¡Gol de Pablo Becker! Toro físicamente.
No será capaz,
Roger.
¿no? ¡No será capaz! ¡Qué cabrón! ¡Qué cabrón!
A ver
Si
sale el
sacan
2.
más de 3, se quedan sin trabajo. Mira, muy
¡Hombre!
bien.
No,
¿Cómo
bien.
valoran el trabajo? Bien.
Ahí está ese ataque por parte del X Buyer Team. El toque dentro de Becker. Puede marcar Carbó. ¡Gol! Pablo Becker. Becker que quiere poner el centro por delante. Finalmente lo pone por detrás del defensor. Carbó la pista. Carbó.
No jodas.
¡Es el mejor de esta puta competición!
¡Por algo es el Corona de Oro! China la juega atrás, no se decidió a tirar. Granero busca su perfil, Granero.
Golazo.
¡Gol! De 1K. Marca Granero. Y sí, otra vez lo ha vuelto a hacer. Buller, mira, no,
Gol doble. Gol doble, claro, porque tiene sanción. Ah, claro, vale.
Sanción, efectivamente. Grande. Claro que sí. Bueno, sinceridad ante todo. Ahí está. Juanma el toque. ¡Gol!
Vale.
¡Velilla! ¡Gol! Balón que lleva el disparo. ¡Gol!
Vale.
¡Gol!
Me gusta.
Está haciendo un buen trabajo defensivo, ojo.
¡Granero!
¡Qué golazo!
¡Qué chicharro de Marc Granero! ¡Qué barbaridad! El recorte de zurda y el disparo con la derecha. Que la metió en la escuadra. Ojo ahora que ataca el X Buyer Team. ¡Gol! Va a pegar Juan en la falta.
Santa madre de Dios. Sí,
Vamos a ver
total.
ahí esa pelota dentro del área para Juanma, que lo puede matar. ¡Gol!
2 de Juan.
Sí, no podía ser otro que Roger Carbó. No sé si te imaginabas que tu vuelta iba a ser de esta manera.
Pues la verdad que no, o sea, ha sido la vuelta ideal. Hat-trick, partido de octavos y mañana jugamos cuartos, o sea, ha sido ideal. Aunque el trabajo no, o sea, me lo llevo yo, pero el trabajo es de todos. Hemos trabajado mucho y al final los resultados se han visto reflejados en el campo, así que muy contento.
Parecía o puede parecer que sois el rival más débil por todas las bajas, pero en los pasillos se comenta que nadie quiere enfrentarse a vosotros.
Bueno, a ver, yo escuché una persona que dijo de Gigantes que quería enfrentarse a nosotros, así que mañana a las 9 no te preocupes que estaremos aquí con muchas ganas, y más después de esas declaraciones. ¿Sabes por quién voy?
Yo no lo sé quién es.
No lo voy a decir, esta persona lo sabe.
Bueno, pues enhorabuena.
Muchas gracias.